Hi everyone, and welcome to yesterday's General Hospital recap for June 6th. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get right to it because it's baseball time, which means it's filming time. At Curtis's place, it's Curtis's birthday, apparently, and Jordan comes over and brings him a cupcake, and also, you know, they enjoy the morning together. So he tells Jordan just how happy he is to be with her, and maybe she'll even stay a little longer, and she does. And then Jordan has to leave to, go to work, pesky work. And someone knocks at the door, and he's thinking it's going to be her, so, he still doesn't have his shirt on and all that. So he opens the door, and it's his aunt. And she's like, do you always open the door without a shirt? And apparently she came to surprise him on his birthday, and he's happy to see her, and she wants to hear all about what's going on in his life. And she wants to know if he's seeing anyone, but he won't be specific. And oh yeah, because that'll go over well. And then, oh my goodness, we learn just how well it's gonna go over. And she wants to stay there with him. At Lante's place, Spencer wants to stay home alone, and he also wants to stay in Port Charles permanently. He wants to be with his family, and Laura doesn't want to take the risk. She wants him to be safe, and she needs to know that the charges against Valentine are gonna stick, and Spencer believes that they will. This will all be different this time, And how hard must this be on Spencer unless he knows somewhere? I don't know what's going on with the banks. I'm sorry. I'm just pushing him out of the way because this is ridiculous already. But he wants to be home with his family, and he believes it'll be different this time, that there actually will be justice served. At General Hospital, Finn and Hayden had a baby appointment, and Obrecht overhears, and oh, by the way, his drug screen is coming back today, which I am dreading because now we know she's the one behind it. So he's nervous about the drug screening not coming back clean. Someone's out there tampering, and what if they're wrong and it's not Brad? But Hayden wants to stay positive that good things are coming, and I love this version of Hayden. I feel very close with this version of Hayden. Also at the hospital, Cameron comes to work with Elizabeth because soccer was canceled and he can't be home alone, and he has a bit of an attitude. And Hayden comes over to visit. She's being her new optimistic self, and Cameron says Elizabeth's in a bad mood. Well, his mom's in a bad mood. And Elizabeth's like, no, I'm not. And Hayden says, she took the day off, so maybe Cameron can come hang out with her. She's his aunt after all. It would be practice for the future. Future. Definitely not 9 months in the future, long time in the future. And Elizabeth is, kind of super freaked out by new smiley Hayden. Laura comes in with Spencer, and he's really, really, really happy to see Hayden, and she's just as happy to see him. And Laura tells them that he bluffed his way out of boarding school. Spencer wants to hang out. Oh, I wrote Spencer wants to hang out with Spencer now, which I realize is a typo, but also what is exactly happening in his life. He wants to hang out with Hayden, and Cameron and he talk about Emma and how she was here last week and how they hung out and had fun, and Spencer's like, Emma is too sophisticated to just hang out. Again, I can't. Kids, am I right? Okay, so this lens is dark and this lens is light, and it's kind of super freaking me out right now because I can see one eye. Hey. So Hayden says Spencer can come with her and Cameron, and I'm like, she does not know what she's getting into because those two boys cannot stand each other, and she's sure they're gonna have so much fun. And I'm like, oh. Also at the hospital, Griffin wants Finn's opinions on Ava's condition, and Obrecht's like, he can't help. He can't see patients. So she's like, his judgment is clouded by addiction, and his medical privileges are suspended. And Griffin's like, it's just a consult. He's not actually going to, treat the patient. But she's put herself back on the Finn radar, and, back on the, oh yeah, she doesn't like Finn radar, which I don't think was a good move because honestly, I had totally forgotten about that. And not just because I have a short memory, because they haven't touched on it in a long time. So Finn wants her to put their differences aside so they can help the patient. He knows they won't be friends, but can they at least be civil to each other since they're colleagues? Oh, he's sweet. At the PCPD, Lulu and Dante visit Valentine. He asks about Charlotte, and they say that she's doing fine. They're covering for him. They're saying that he's away on business, and the time difference makes it hard to call and connect. So they want to figure out what happens with Charlotte now. He wants Charlotte to stay with Nina, and Lulu is shocked. And she says Nina is the one who turned him in, because obviously he didn't know that. But, just in my opinion, would Nina really want to be, you know, the 24/7 person who now has to deal one-on-one with Lulu and that situation? Like, you know, it was fine when Valentine was in the mix, but like, is she going to want to take this on, you know? And is that fair to her, for her to take this on? And Nina wasn't at the court hearing this morning, apparently, and they ruled that Charlotte can live with Lulu and Dante, but they want him to help with the transition, and they all have to be parents right now and put their differences aside, whatever they are. So they need him to tell Charlotte that he wants her to stay with them. You know, make it his idea. He needs her she's going to need his blessing for this. And it'll be traumatizing if he leaves with no explanation or putting up a fight. So he makes one condition. He has one condition, that he makes up the reason why he's leaving, and no one tells Charlotte otherwise. And they have an agreement, because they weren't super thrilled about telling Charlotte that her father was going to prison anyway. So it all kind of works out. At the park, Anna is thinking about that final conversation with Valentine and how he hopes that she can keep her life, even though she's had transgressions. And Mac is there. Hello, hi. It's nice to see you, Mac. More Mac. So Robert is worried about Anna. Mac says that anything she says can stay between the two of them. You know, she doesn't think justice is being served. Anna blames Alex. She hasn't given up her superiors, and she won't cooperate, and she wonders if she's going to pin it all on Valentine. So Robert thinks that Anna will be called to testify, but she doesn't think she'll have trouble telling the ICC about Alex did. And he's like, yeah, but what about Valentine? So she says she doesn't have anything to offer as evidence. He told her everything, but she didn't record it. She has no tangible proof. All she has is that he intended to destroy the Chimera, and he surrendered it to her. So actually, he comes out like looking great in her story. So he says that she's going to stonewall, and she's like, no, I'm just going to be honest, and the case really rests with Alex. So then Anna gets a call. Something has happened. At Perks, Nina is conflicted by her final decision. And, you know, she's talking to Nathan. Valentine and Charlotte could have gotten away. If it wasn't for her, they would have never been found. Nathan says Nina would have been charged as an accomplice if she hadn't helped. And, like, that doesn't help. Like, she doesn't care about that. She's like, oh, yeah, okay. You know, this wasn't black and white for her. She knows that Valentine did a horrible thing, but he also saved her life, and he made her the happiest person on the planet, and he made her part of a family, which I was perfectly fine with until, like, she was being so hostile to Lulu. So he doesn't know if, you know, because, you know, Valentine can change, but apparently Lulu can't change over the course of a few months. But anyway, sorry. Saltiness. Okay, I'm done. So she doesn't know if she can turn her back on Valentine. Also at Perks, Hayden takes the boys there. Oh, this is not gonna be good. Elizabeth calls to check in, and Hayden's like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. Ha ha ha, we're fine. Ooh. So the boys get highly caffeinated and sugary drinks, a frappuccino, and like something fancy Spencer ordered that I don't remember. And the boys have different tastes and activities, and, you know, Spencer's really mean to Cameron, and then Cameron's mean to Spencer, and Hayden's trying to referee, but she, like, can't, because, like, it takes a few years of experience to know how to referee kids. And Spencer then throws whipped cream in Cameron's face when he says that he kissed Emma. So then Hayden calls Laura for help. The boys are spilling drinks on each other and her and throwing stuff, and it's a mess. So then Laura shows up. She's the Mufasa of the situation. It was literally the Lion King, like when spoiler warnings. Spoiler warning, what spoilers, what? When, like, Mufasa comes into the elephant graveyard and he, like, roars, and, like, the hyenas, like, you know, beats up the hyenas, and then is like, Simba and Nala, like, what, like, that reprimand right there. This is literally that moment. Sorry, it took me a little journey to get there. So she reprimands both of them, and she makes them clean up the whole mess. And Hayden, in telling what happened, like, in tears, she reveals that she's pregnant, and she's scared she can't handle it now, because she's like, if I can't watch two middle school boys, what makes me think I can take care of a baby? And, like, just Laura hugs her, and, like, how far they've come, right? So back at Lante's, Dante and Lulu come back. Dante's wondering if they should pull the kids from school, but, you know, Lulu dreads because she knows that Charlotte will find out eventually what happened to Valentine. Back at the PCPD, Nina comes to visit him, Valentine that is, and she knows that he knows she told the police, and it's her fault that he couldn't get away, and she doesn't think it would have been good for Charlotte to be on the run. So she thinks that he panicked when he took Charlotte. Like, if he wanted to disappear. If it was just Valentine, she would have never given him up. But because he took Charlotte. That's me saying that. That's my interpretation. So he says he was going to send for Nina when they got settled in, and they could have continued their life as a family, and they would have been happy, but also you're pulling her away from her career, and it's like her life doesn't matter, but so a little conflicted about that, but honestly I think that's just not like forward thinking. So he can tell that she's conflicted over what she did, and you know, he knew he liked her as soon as he met her, and he doesn't regret knowing her, this, that, and the other thing, and then she has papers for him in a big manila envelope. And doesn't look good. Nothing ever good comes in manila envelope. That's not true. Good stuff does come in a manila envelope sometimes. I can't say that word. Also at the Jordan comes into work. All things are pretty quiet considering everything that's going on. And now end scene. So Aunt Stella is going to stay with Curtis and celebrate his birthday, and she's excited to see TJ, but apparently has a very low opinion of Jordan. Ooh, strap in, because the next video I'm filming in 2 seconds, we get to learn all about that low opinion. Nina has divorce papers. She wants her freedom. And Valentine's like, what if I don't want mine? And she's like, I can't be the stepmother to a girl who lives with another family. And, you know, their family is over. They had something great, and now it's over. And she's not asking for anything from him. No alimony, no estate, no nothing. She leaves. Laura tells Hayden that she will be fine. Babies are fine. They don't act like middle school boys, thank goodness. Griffin needs a word with Finn. He tested positive again, and now there's no reason to question the results. He's suspended. Ugh. Alex escaped from the WSB, and Valentine has another visitor, and he's like, of course it's you. And I was like, okay, there's no doubt that's Alex, just saying. Like, they didn't show her, but like, there's no doubt in anyone's mind that's Alex. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in 0.2 seconds for another episode of General Hospital. I almost said recap. And I know I say subscribe, but there's something new, actually not so new, I just haven't been mentioning it. If you look down below, you will see a little bell. If you want to be notified of when we upload new videos, click the little bell and it'll pop up on your screen. I don't know how that works, but apparently subscribing doesn't like automatically put videos in or whatever anymore. So hit the bell, and I will see you in 2 seconds for more General Hospital. Okay, bye.